hey losers, get in, we're going to school, or whatever. Um, let's recap today's trading day. Didn't take any trades today. To be honest, I was out driving market open, so I couldn't take any trades today. For proof, don't trade and drive. But here's proof. Disregard how chopped I look. Oh, 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 wait for the camera flip. Oh my gosh, my tongue was as white as snow. Oh my gosh. I just woke up in that video, so, bear with me. But I was busy this morning, so didn't end up taking any trades. Well, okay, I didn't end up not taking any trades because I was busy. I was still looking to trade on my phone. Okay, let's just recap the trading day. Okay. Okay, excuses. Um, but starting off on the higher time frames, I was actually bullish today, but I was looking for shorts. Looking for shorts probably until around 8, 7 or 10:30 ish. Once it was around 10:30, we hit our last draw and I was like, "Hey, yeah, we're not going short anytime soon." But let's mark out why we ended up being bullish. Some people were looking short to I really don't know what we were looking short to. Some people were looking to short to market open, but I don't know. Anyways, so starting off on the daily time frame, because daily time frame, that's actually why we are currently bullish. We ended up taking out these daily lows down here. You could see the clear SMT with ES. That's why, start off on the higher time frames. Once you get good at spotting SMT, which first off, I personally think you should start off by focusing on significant internal liquidity to SMT off of. Um, I don't know why that took me so long to think of to say, rather than, micro time frame internal. I won't go into SMT in this video. But anyways, ended up taking out those lows. You can see we formed an hourly SMT as well with PPI news data, because we had PPI and UP, so unemployment claims today. Yes, I do call it UPs. I don't know why I call it UPs. I've been calling it UPs for like a year now, year and a half. It's shorter than unemployment claims, but like I don't actually say UPs. Actually, UPs, unemployment claims, UPs. I'd rather say UPs. It's like people saying LOL rather than saying LOL. LMAO. Ha ha ha. Oh. Laugh out loud. LOL. Like it's more effort to say. I don't know, to be honest. Anyways, we had these internal highs right here. The main internal highs for my target on the day were these ones right here. I guess you call them London highs, and then Asia highs. That's really all we had as our internal draws. You can see I ended up marking this out as well, but that was really a stretch. Also ended up marking this out. That was still a stretch as well. I just wanted to see whether or not we can SMT off of them. That's why I have the alerts. While I was driving, I realized, I mean, to be honest, you could trade while driving. Well, you could trade on your phone, but I would recommend doing, if you are, do the analysis, on the computer. Set your alerts for your, key levels or whatever the case is, depending on your system model, right? But for me, I just set the alerts. Wanted to see whether or not we can SMT off of them, so I set the alerts on both NQ and ES. Price continued to displace to the upside, no significant SMT. But now let's go into the lower time frames. Talk about what else ended up happening, because we mentioned our draws, mentioned our bias, but what ended up happening on the lower time frame. So market open, you can see bullish to the upside. It was really, I guess, out of nowhere. I guess following the continuation of PPI, I, I, I said we were gonna be bullish today. Wait, I said we are gonna be bullish today from news data release. Hold up, let me find the text message. Wait, 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 wait. Okay, okay. I actually wrote, nah, we 100% gonna go short, but I'ma still long. Okay, no, I didn't go short. I didn't short today. I didn't trade today. But I'm just okay. Off topic. Anyways, back to the chart. So there really was only one OTE on the trading day, I guess, pertaining to my model. If you wanted to catch it, you could have caught it to the upside, which was right here. My balls itch. Okay, there you go. But which was right here, looking to target this higher internal. Um, there's so many lines on my chart. It seems like there's too many lines. It's confusing, so I don't mark out a billion different things. Anywho, but the best trade on the trading day was really these longs to the upside right here, looking to target internal. I mean, same old, same old. We did have a micro time frame SMT down here, but now I'll tell you guys the reason why I didn't end up taking this was mainly because I wanted to see these swing lows get taken. I wanted to see an SMT off of these swing lows in order to continue higher. We didn't end up doing that. We just had a micro time frame SMT, which you can see was right here and here. And then micro changes say delivery back to the upside, and then continue to expand to the upside. So I didn't end up trading today. Even if I would have went in, and traded today, since I wasn't on my setup, obviously, setup doesn't really make a difference, but I don't execute on my phone like ever. So I still would have de-risked definitely by half on the trading day as a whole. But this was a solid trade execution to the upside. Still, regardless, if I was on my setup, I doubt I would have taken it, or maybe I would have taken it with lesser size. But regardless, I didn't end up taking it, and I didn't end up missing the move either. So because I wasn't looking to take it, so that's completely fine. Yeah, price action continued to the upside. I still wanted to look for a reversal off of some of these highs, so I ended up forcingly marking out random swing highs. I marked out these, and once we took these out on both NQ and ES, I got completely off the chart because I was like, bro, there's nothing to SMT off of anymore, and I even got back on the chart when I got home, and I was like, hey, do we have any more draws we could trade toward or SMT off of? Nothing. So when you get to the point to where you have to scale down to the 5 minute and the 1 minute to look for a high that's really like this, and it's like it's like a high that's kind of balls, and it's balls because it's not a significant enough swing high like this to SMT off of. Just get off. Like, there's nothing there, and I knew there was nothing there. I was just like, maybe, but there was nothing, and I was already clocked out once this trade was done, mainly because, hey, we took out all in significant swing high internal draws. What's the point of looking to trade anymore? It's not about. Someone once asked me, Lonnie, when do you know low probability, high probability days? Well, first off, I'll first talk about this, my execution. I execute regardless, low probability, high probability. I just manage my risk accordingly. But to dabble into, because the question behind it was like, hey, how do you know when to not trade? And for me, I know when to not trade when my model doesn't appear. Now there are specifics to it, and I haven't really gone into that, all full clarity of, hey, this when you trade, this when you not trade, because to me, I trade whenever. I don't really care. But, days before CPI and stuff like that, some people you'll hear online, oh, don't trade, news accumulation. Everybody's different, right? For me, I trade every single day. For someone, they may not trade before CPI news that are released on CPI week, whatever the case is. Oh, I dropped my keys. But I do want to say this. I don't trade when I don't get a setup, and that's fine. Don't try to sit there and force a setup. If it's lower probability, you can still trade it, but acknowledge that it's lower probability, because by acknowledging that it's lower probability, you're able to go in and see when you do journal it, hey, what caused this trade to be lower probability? What was happening with price action on the trading day? And then that's how, me personally, I think you can start to get a gauge on, hey, these are lower probability conditions, these are higher probability conditions. Hey, we have significant swing high internal draws we can look to target. Typically for me, that would create probable price action. That's a catalyst for creating probable price action because you have a place to go. But you can still consolidate, right? So, but that's for another video. But yeah, so anyways, no trades on the trading day, solid trading day. I will now go watch, do I watch Lex, Chris and Mikey, 812 comp? I don't get how people watch streamers. I can never watch a streamer live, but I'll watch their VODs. I can't lie. I'll watch their VODs. I'll watch their VODs. Holy unemployment. Imagine talking about watching a streamer. Anyways, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Should I tell you guys what I have planned? No, I'm not going to. Okay, bye.